everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play the Thaumaturge Blind. Before I go run off after Svetlana, I actually think I want to say hello to my dear sister, Ligia.
Here you are.
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
Wiktor Szulski.
The last Szulski to wear trousers.
You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir to the fortune.
Maybe even with me, if she doesn't tell my wife.
But let's talk like men.
Gross.
You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
No. Okay, well, I guess I do have a response for that.
First, I suggest you mind your own business. Your marriage, for instance. Perhaps Louisa isn't the ninny you take her for.
I beg your pardon?
Hasn't it occurred to you that when you leave her at home, she might also take advantage of her solitude?
What are you suggesting?
You've got a cuckold's horns. Was I being too subtle?
I suppose it's true what they say about you.
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Say thank you, yes. That's
Thank you. I've worked long and hard at that.
Good luck with your business, miss.
Sorry.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Have I crossed the line?
Nonsense.
Oh, good.
Any progress with Svetlana?
Let's talk about her.
Unfortunately, Svetlana doesn't want to breathe a word of it.
I'm sure she doesn't trust you. In company like this, that speaks well of her.
Why the cold shoulder, Ligia?
I've never liked her. Her manner gets under my skin. I've heard she's a dreadful schemer.
Alright, Ligia's reaction. Strange. Ligia usually refrains from gossiping. She's always been the first to condemn such behavior. What she said about Svetlana may have been caused by the Salutor's influence on the environment. High society breathes scandal and imbibes gossip from other people's lips, which sits very well with the Salutor prowling around. The flaw must belong to someone keen on playing games and plotting, a schemer by nature. Would she want to know? She probably already knew.
Did you know that Papa had an affair with the host of this party?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. As sure as the Thaumaturge can be. I felt what he felt when, well, you know.
Oh, stop! That's disgusting. Quickly, change the subject.
Sophia.
Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know her?
No, and I don't suggest you make her acquaintance either.
Too late?
Skawon can't stand thaumaturges.
Governor General Scalon is not very fond of thaumaturges. Why am I not surprised? Another person who sees us as an obscure threat. Alright, Konieczkin.
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczkin?
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was an acquaintance of Papa's. Well, in theory, it's thanks to him that we're here.
What? Ligia?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really didn't want anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, he looks like a real altruist.
Alright.
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira is a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Well,
Madame has spotted a salutar that's attached to one of the guests.
What kind of salutor?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, Veles.
Yes. I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
maybe.
I admit I like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
Veles,
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind.
the Slavic lord of the underworld, the god of wealth, a schemer. The soiree gives him the perfect conditions for feeding, goading, and plotting. Well,
You enjoying yourself in this viper's den?
Oh, the vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't fight them.
I'm going.
I didn't fight them. I would like to point that out. No matter how much I wanted to, I did not. Have I missed anything? Perhaps not. All right. Let's chat.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Shulsky?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Uh-huh.
Wiktor.
Ask.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction?
Okay, fine.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the Ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The Ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
Yes.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed.
Indeed. So, why the guilt?
Your feelings of guilt. Do they have something to do with Tsarina Alexandra?
With the whole empire, Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Wiktor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Okay. So...
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
Do you
Well-
think the Ochrana killed my father?
Your father was crushed by a building. I don't think that's how the Ochrana works.
Well,
Perhaps you're right.
fine, give to
I
the
hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
Yep.
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there.
Oh, good.
But
There's
I will
another
not
threat.
let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
Alright, where are her thoughts taking me now? Back inside. Letters! Father's letters to Svetlana were very tender and romantic. I would not have expected this from him. If these letters had fallen into the wrong hands, they could have done a lot of damage to the lovers. Indeed. I'm worried I've missed something.
Veles. Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Great. What did I get? The card number 0, the full. Of course! The card almost burns with the motions left on it. The Thaumaturge must have put all the hostility she could summon into the card. Hostility towards me. Maybe I will join the seance soon, if only out of spite.
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks she can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
Well, who else? In the dark. Madame Samira asked to cover the windows and dim the lights. The seance requires a certain aura, so the apartment must be kept in darkness until it's over. Okay. Alright. Alright, Sophia, arranging an unruly strand of hair, she was thinking of Theophilus Skalski, madly in love with her, willing to do anything for her, so she gave him an impossible task. Trying to comply, he set off for Africa and died tragically, squandering his family fortune. Joy drifts over the mirror's surface. Her heart throbs when everyone is looking. When her name echoes everywhere, Sophia. So what if some lose their heads for her? Literally, it only makes for better stories. Oh boy. The ashtray. Trace unknown. The smoking was accompanied by a joyful conversation. Sophia's friends were happy she came with them despite her father's ban. They like to watch her clever intrigues that provide them with topics for gossip. These cigarette butts have women's lip marks on them. If only their fathers saw what they were doing. Sophia spreads her wings when she is out of her father's sight. Watching her scheming is sheer pleasure. So. Okay. A frustrating thought penetrated Sergei's mind as he sat on a chair watching Sophia from afar. Why did Sophia suddenly start ignoring him? He would do anything for her, she asked. The problem is that Sophia won't speak at all. She takes no notice of him anymore. Alright, no more sparkles in here. Anything? Well, let's... Do I talk to her first? Do I go through with the seance?
Mr. Shulsky, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn.
Okay.
Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the Thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
Alright, let's...
And how might my powers prove useful to you, miss?
Well, rather than truth, a dare sounds good to me. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets, Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
Sure. I think she's the one with the flaw. So maybe feeding into that will draw the Salvatore out quicker?
I accept.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
Okay, party game. Okay, decorative vase. The vase reflects a strong emotion bubbling up in Sergei. Jealousy mixed with fear. Jealousy directed at me, as he considers me his rival. Fear that Sophia will ignore him when I'm around. Sergei can't stop thinking about Sophia. He cares about her so much he's willing to do anything for her. He can't understand why Sophia doesn't reciprocate his feelings, which frustrates him. He considers me a rival admirer. She sat on the sofa, watching the crowd. Usually flirtatious and playful, she felt an overwhelming emptiness at that moment, which was something new for her. A feeling of loneliness, a need to belong. It only lasted a moment, and then she grinned and continued the same old charade. Okay. What do we have here? Plucked leaves. Irina wound leaves around her fingers with abandon or plucked them discreetly, immersed in thought. Sophia's charade, Maxim she might walk up to him, but no, she won't. Hesitant, she eventually failed to make a move. Hesitancy prevents Irina from making a decision. She feels torn. She would like to indulge herself and spend time with Maxim, but she cannot make a move, thus she's in limbo, going over all possible scenarios in her head. Yeah. An empty glass, sip by sip, Maxim swigs alcohol as he watches the surroundings, focused mainly on the ladies and longing for companionship. Irina is looking pretty today. Maxim is lonely, as we all are from time to time. He tries to drown his feelings in alcohol, but the effect is the opposite of his intentions. His attention is drawn by Sofia Scalon's friend, Irina. Oh, good. We could be a matchmaker.
They're getting impatient. What have you found out?
I could reveal Maxim's secret. That would maybe give Irina the courage. Or I could give no one's secret.
En parlant de secrets, I found your fan.
Oh, and I was just thinking that I hadn't remembered where I'd left it.
Very interesting. The fan revealed to me that you dropped it on purpose.
Oh, you've got me. I was hoping the right person would find it. And here we are. It worked.
Oh, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
Oh, good.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Shulsky and I have completed my extra difficult dirt together.
At your service.
Now time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
No. Sophia seems to be toying with me. She keeps boldly asking about my private matters, looking for strength in her impertinence. I only wonder if she's toying with Wiktor Shulsky, the person, or the Thaumaturge. The scheming of Scotland's daughter has made her the elite's favorite. Her plots provide distraction and make up the content of keenly spread gossip. At the moment, I am the object of her games. She's teasing me to spite her father, who hates thaumaturges. Or is it just a charade to mask her loneliness? Guess avoid answering?
Maybe we should not reveal all our secrets to one another right away.
Mr. Shulsky, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you.
Okay.
Therefore, Veles chased Sofia Scalon and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? Unless you count sending her admirer on a deadly trip to Africa. It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Scalon hates thaumaturges. The little scamp. If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table.
Indeed.
Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out.
Indeed. After the game of Truth or Dare, something flickered around Sofia Scalon, a flaw induced by scheming. It fits. After all, Sofia has a fondness for high society and playing games. Veles, the insider, is lured by the flaw of the schemer Sofia Scalon. In order to capture him, I'll have to play by the rules here, which means exposing Sofia to some stirring experience. I sense that a scandal is inevitable. guess. Approach the table.
Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with the souls.
Well, it was the souls that chose me after all.
It's true. The gentleman has a card.
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Well, I have the ability for it. May as well.
Your devotion goes unnoticed, and you know full well why that is.
I do. I am your father's choice, not yours, aren't I?
Quiet, please.
Well, this will make your companions happy. Making fools of people, heaven forbid.
Sit down.
My poor heart.
Indeed.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
Okay. Let's...
There is one soul I'd like to summon.
Whom do you mean?
Teofil Skalski. Does that name mean anything to you? The poor man drowned on the way to Africa, didn't he?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't know he would be killed.
Was it her father's choice? Probably.
Are you planning a similar fate for Sergei? All this just to get under your father's skin?
So what if it was? Do you know what it's like to live in the shadow of a cold, absent father?
Rings a bell.
Is it such a sin to want to be loved?
The powers you and your kind have are terrifying.
That's why people hate you! That's why my father is cracking down on you!
All that matters is I have what I wanted.
Don't you dare! You were supposed to stay away.
Well,
I was supposed to leave here with Velis. All that work for nothing.
hear her out.
Tell me, what don't I understand?
Do you know who she is? Who her father is?
Of course. Alright.
You're right. Sophia Skawan was meant to have her flaw removed, discreetly. But I suppose it's too late for that, isn't it?
Oh.
Someone hired you to remove the flaw from Sophia. Who?
Take a guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. It's also too late to stay silent. What's done can't be undone. Sophia Skawan is now the center of the scandal.
I have this under control. I know how to give Sophia's story a happy ending.
I hope we don't all come to regret it.
Well. Ah, yep. You were who I was supposed to pick up before I started that side quest. Okay. You just need to be attacked by Upia. Alright, what does this do? Oh, creepy. Okay. Let's do that one. Wiktor, you can attack him. Alright, there's a bleed. It is Lelek who's able to get rid of states for me. Mayhap. Go after you instead. Actually, because you inflict states. It would be better for me to get rid of you. And quickly. You can have this. Oh, that's true. I did want Lilith to help me get rid of bleed. Okay, he disappears. Yeah, that way it gets rid of my status and takes him out. Alright. Who do I... Okay. Okay, you... Well, I can then just take you out next round, which will be helpful. Vukovac. cause him some suffering. We'll swap to Lilac real quick. To you. Okay, that's her gone. Okay, now I don't pick up any bleeds. Let's go after you. I think. Alright, and we'll start to Vukovac and Howl getting rid of your trait. Okay, that didn't hurt as much. Let's see, I get rid of you before you attack me, which would be helpful. I see. Well, let's... no. That's the round I'm in. Wait, no. Let's do that. Prevent some bleeding. Because that's helpful. Alright, there we go. That should be enough. Yep.
Just wait until Rasputin sees you. Then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless.
Sofia?
Did you enjoy the show? My best so far. So, I suppose now is the time to applaud.
And you, sir, what can you tell us?
2?
Let it sink in that you're free, finally. Neither your father nor your environment define you.
Everyone heard those atrocious words from my lips. I can't undo that. But you're right. You freed me.
Okay.
What will you do now?
First, I'll apologize to Sergei. I was cruel to him.
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
Farewell, Wiktor Szulski.
See you.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
Will the
Probably
gentleman
not.
with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
I'll leave peacefully.
No need, I can make it to the door. Madame, honored guests.
Wiktor, don't scare me like that.
What?
Mr. Szulski, are you all right?
I think
Fine.
it's time for us to go.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
See, you can always count on Mr. Konieczkin.
Wiktor. Thank you. That's very polite.
Okay, but can I get my picture while I'm here?
Thank you for an interesting evening.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry it all turned out like this.
Not tonight, please.
Konieczkin is up to something.
Wiktor, if not for him, he really helped us tonight. I don't want to talk about it tonight. Good night.
Good night.
I'm about to go deaf.
Yep.
Oh my, that sure is noisy.
Alright, you know what? I will answer the phone.
Oh my, that sure is noisy.
Oh, fine. I will answer the phone now, rather than wait till next time.
Hello? Hello? Wiktor?
Speaking.
Wiktor, Uncle Sasha here. How are you? Have you visited your old stomping ground yet?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you, Uncle?
Yep, dispense the
I need your help, boy. It's a very delicate matter. Are you able to find a moment for your uncle?
Alright.
Alright, so where should we meet?
Remember where I took you kids for donuts?
I do.
Let's meet there.
Okay.
Maybe we can reminisce about the old days.
This doesn't need to be
Better
floating
day.
there.
See you then, Wiktor. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay. We shall go see Rasputin next time. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. And in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.